Yeah, now it is getting line restricted. Okay. So I think you are able to listen to me and you are able to see me also properly, because we are going to share a screenshot and all in this particular class. Am I audible clearly? Any breaking? Yes, please confirm, any one of you.
Yes, sir, you're clear, sir.
Right. Okay, Namma. Before actually going into the class, yesterday some sort of deviations are there. Okay, leave it that one. So today we are going to start afresh about this management control system. So now I am assigned with the responsibility of completing the portion on management control system. Before going to the exact management control system process and all, let me take some sort of inputs from you, so that I will be able to uh, understand where is the need for you and how far you are aware about this one, what is the status of that and all. And actually, I came to know that some of the offline classes are conducted for this particular course earlier. How many number of classes are conducted, and what is the portion that is covered in this particular subject? Please let me know. Anyone else? Amma, anyone? Any classes are conducted in this particular subject earlier? Offline classes? Emma? Srimanarayan garu. Srimanarayan garu. Sangeeta?
Sir, I didn't attend for some reason, so I'm not aware of that.
Parledamma. Adem problem
Sir,
లేదు.
not yet started this subject, sir. You start from the beginning.
ఓకే సార్, బట్ యాక్చువల్లీ మా ప్రాసెస్ ఏంటంటే ఫస్ట్ మేము ఒక ఇన్పుట్ తీసుకుంటున్నాము.
ఎస్ సార్, కరెక్ట్ యా
ఉంది. సో ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఆఫ్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ జరిగినాయండి దీంట్లో?
ఈ పర్టికులర్ సబ్జెక్ట్ జరగలేదు సార్. 1 or 2 classes అయినాయి, కానీ ఈ పర్టికులర్ సబ్జెక్ట్ కాలేదు.
ఓకే. సో it is to conclude that from the student side that there is no offline classes are conducted for this particular subject, and the students are asking for the complete portion in this particular 8 classes which is going to be held on the line. Okay,
yes,
Nandi? Right.
Yes, sir.
Some sort of confirmations we need to get on this. So,
yes, sir. Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Then another important point, you are in the 4th semester finance specialization.
Yes, sir.
4th semester finance specialization. Those students who are in the finance specialization, only for them this particular subject will be there. For other specializations, HR, marketing, etc., this subject will not be there for us, right? So I think all of you, those who are here, that is all the students who joined here, that is approximately 4 students are here, all are from finance background only.
No, sir, I'm not. So I can quit the class then.
You are which specialization, Amma?
I am from process, sir.
Process. Operations management. For the operations management student, this subject is not there for us. In the same, another link is there. You join in another link. Another class is going to be.
Parallelly those classes are also going on, sir.
Going on. So, Sangeeta, you please attend that class. Otherwise, you will lose that class.
Okay. The links are shared where, sir? But the Excel which I got. Okay.
Yeah, in the Excel they are there, ma. In the Excel they are there, ma. Please join in that.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So if anyone else like that, so those students who have taken finance as the specialization, for them the 4 subjects will be there in that. So international financial management, this one, and all innovations management is common for all. So the other 3 subjects, 4 subjects are there for that: financial markets and services, and management control systems. These are finance specialization students. It is clearly meant for that. So, right. So, any other information you need specifically from me? Anyone else? You can ask it. Sir, మీకు ఏదైనా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కావాలంటే అడగచ్చు. ఒక క్లాస్ లో హాఫ్ అండ్ ఆన్ గా నేను ఎంతవరకు పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటే అంతవరకు చెప్పడానికి వీలవుతుందండి.
నో ప్రాబ్లం సార్. బ్రీఫ్ గా ఆల్ ద టాపిక్స్ కవర్ చేయండి సార్.
ఓకేనండి. 1 మాక్సిమం అన్ని టాపిక్స్ కవర్ అయ్యేటట్టుగా చూస్తాను.
అంతే సార్.
అండ్ ఈచ్ టాపిక్ కి కొన్ని ఇంపార్టెంట్
ఎస్ ఎస్
సార్ ఆల్రెడీ మీరు ఇదివరకు నా క్లాసెస్ కి వచ్చినట్టున్నారు కదా?
వచ్చాను సార్ నేను ఆఫ్లైన్ కూడా వచ్చాను అప్పుడు.
శ్రీమన్నారాయణ గారు
ఎస్ సార్ వచ్చాను సార్.
వచ్చారు. ఓకే, రైట్ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ. సో ఎనీ అదర్ aspects, if you want any clarification, you feel free to raise the question, and I will try to the maximum extent to cover your doubts or anything else from your any specializations also, any specific points also. You can ask it. There is no problem at all. So always welcome from your side to speak in the class. There is no question of unmuting or something. Right.
షూర్ సార్.
Then, right, thank you. So let us proceed to the subject aspect right now. So let us first go to the background for 10-15 minutes. Then we will go to the what is management, what is control, what is system. Then what is management control system. Finally, what is the use of the management control system? What are the functions of management control system? What is the scope of management control system? What are the boundaries that are there for the management control system? All these aspects we will definitely cover in this particular session. Okay. So fundamental aspects we need to understand before entering into this particular subject. In the yesterday's class, I have given you the syllabus component aspect of that. What are the various concepts that we are going to read on that? Actually, the syllabus is comprising of 4 blocks. Actually, it is 4 blocks. Syllabus is comprising about 4 blocks. In the 4 blocks, first block is going to cover about introduction to management systems, management control system. In that management control system, what is the concept of that? How the management control system works over? And then in the unit number 2, designing the management control system. Actually, how you will design. So the design of management control system is very, very essential. What is required, that try to understand about that. If you have a doubt, always welcome. So you are having management. You are having so much of workforce. Then along with that, what is the use of having an additional system that is called management control system? So how you will design? What are the various levels of management control system? What is the objective of designing the management control system? All these aspects will be taught to you in the unit number 2. In the block number 2, that is structural framework of the management control system will be developed. Actually, as becomes as I hope you are all from BCom background. You're all
No,
from
sir.
No.
No.
Okay. 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 That is also another difficulty, kada? So in the those who are doing for MBA course, almost you have studied the various fundamental concepts, right, relating to management, commerce, and all. So actually, as you know, every business person, every business will have certain sorts of responsibilities. So in a business organization, there are so many sub-functions are there. What are the functions of management? Say, that is marketing function, say sales function, cost centers, and so on and so forth. Like that, organization can be subdivided into various sub-component parts, which are called as centers. So in that expense center, that means where actually the expenses are incurred, INCURRED, incurred. So you may have a question, sir, we are doing business, we will definitely incur expenses. What is there to control and monitor? If you don't control the expenses, whatever may be your sales revenue, that leads to losses. That is very, very important aspect. Then what you are spending, for what purpose you are spending, how much you are spending, why you are spending, whether you are spending appropriately or not, all these aspects are to be controlled and monitored. Then, so once you establish a center for the expense, that is called as expense center. This expense center basically shoot up about whether the expense is really required, how much is the expense to be made, how much is the classification of expenses. You almost you might have understood about the various cost aspects in that. So in the second and third unit, there will be various aspects of the cost, like factory cost, administrative cost, selling and distribution costs, and so on. So what type of expenses you are incurring, whether it is related to factory, administration, selling and distribution, and so on and so forth. All these classifications are to be done along with that. Then all these activities will be carried out by a center that is called expense center. Right. Then coming to the next unit number 5, revenue and profit center. What is the revenue of the firm? Revenue is not the profit. So most of the students, because of some sort of confusion about, they may feel that revenue and profit are same, but absolutely wrong. Revenue means whatever the income that is generated, income generated by the firm. Suppose I sell the goods as a business person, I will sell the goods, then I will get revenue. Out of the revenue, if I subtract my costs, then it is called as profit. So whatever the money that is generated by the firm by means of sales and other activities, then it is called as revenue. So where the revenue will be generated in a business organization, revenue will be generated especially in the point of sales. That is called as sales division. Sales division is a revenue center. So that is analysis is made. How much sales we are making? What is the sales of the last year? What will be the sales? What may be the sales for the next year? How much sales should be done? All these aspects, and whether to how to generate excessive revenue, or otherwise, if you go on generating the revenue, what will be the impact on the demand of the product, and so on and so forth. This will be studied about revenue center. Then if you compare and contrast between revenue center and expense center, automatically profit will come. So you all know that revenue, that is whatever the received, that is called as total revenue, that is called as TR minus total cost, TC. TR minus TC is equal to profit. So how much profit you are able to make in this particular year, that is called profit center analysis. So now if you go for the profit center analysis, how much profit is made for the last year? How much profit is made in this year? What may be the profit for the next year? What is your expected profit? Whether the profit is rational, whether the profit is set to be as per the industrial norms, and how far it will be. So actually, the various profit concepts are there. Various profit management is also there. There's a normal profit, abnormal profit, super profit, rational profit, and so on and so forth. So what type of profit you are able to generate? Are you able to cover all the expenses in the revenue or not? Like that, the profit center clearly analyzes the various aspects relating to profit management, and so on. On the basis of that, whether to increase the selling price or to increase the selling price or to increase the sales value or sales quantum, all these aspects will be studied by the profit center. So when you put into all this one, expense center, revenue center, profit center, finally responsibility center is also there. What is the meaning of responsibility center? Where the responsibility is held up, where the responsibility is laid down. That is called as a revenue center. When you are talking about the responsibility center, how much will be the responsibility is fixed on every manager. Every manager is responsible to respond for certain type of activities. So what is the fixed responsibility? How much responsibility is able to delegate? How much he is able to attain? All these aspects will be studied by the responsibility center. Actually, responsibility center is the center which will prepare the control system, which will provide the information or structure, or which will prepare the reports, and so on and so forth. You may get good profits, but your reporting is poor, automatically the management will fail to take a decision. So that is the reason why responsibility centers are having a major role in the case of the control system, management control system. So these are the another important area. So already I have explained about the two blocks. First, let us go with that, and then we will proceed. So from the last nearly 15 minutes, I am talking about management control system. Actually, what is management control system? What is management control system? Let us go back to our traditional BCom language and BCom knowledge, and then we will proceed further in a sharp and brief manner. I'm not going to elaborately on that. We all know that every manager has to do certain functions. The management, what is management actually? Planning is there, organization, directing, coordination, control activities. So every manager has to plan. Every manager has to create organization. Every manager has to design something. So he has to direct the activity. So as efficient manager will definitely go on with the various management functions. When you are doing management functions, certain activities may be correct, certain activities may not be correct. Let us take a simple example. We will plan for something. Yes, being an efficient manager, he will design a plan for the purpose of introduction of new product into the market. Right. So when I designed a plan, definitely what the manager will do, the manager will hand over the entire plan to the executives. So he will give, the sales manager will give you the entire plan to the sales executive, and it is the sales executive to carry out that plan and make the result of that. While in between, is the manager sure that whatever he designed, is it going on or not? That is where the point is lacking. We may be good at planning. If you are poor at implementation, automatically the fruits will not come to us. ఇక్కడ మనం కూడా చూడండి, చాలా ప్లాన్ చేస్తాం. మరి ప్లాన్ చేసాం కదా, ప్లానింగ్ పర్ఫెక్ట్ ఉంటుంది. మరి ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్లోకి వస్తే ఏమవుతుందండి? ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఎగ్జిక్యూషన్ విల్ బికమ్ ఫెయిల్యూర్ సర్టన్ వే. సో మెనీ టైమ్స్ either individual or the business firm, they will take a lot of risk in the implementation stage. While planning on paper, everything will be good. But when I started implementing the plan process, automatically so many problems will come. మనకు అనిపిస్తుంది, వై సార్ ఇన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ మనం ఎప్పుడు అనుకోలేదు కదా, మరి ప్లాన్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనకు కనపడలేదు, రైట్? On paper, in the planning process, we cannot consider the various sort of difficulties. But while implementing this, these implementation problems will be taken care of by the control system. One system that is called as controlling system. అంటే ఏంటి? మనం చేస్తున్నది ఏంటి? దీంట్లో lapsism ఉంది. What is the problems for that? All these aspects will be compared and contrasted by one system. in this process of the process of direction and so on and so forth. What we need to understand here is that when you are giving certain direction, the direction should be executed to the total extent. So to conclude upon this one, the more the problem of implementation, there the problem of system management control system is very much necessary. So what to conclude here is that, sir, anything else? Hello?
Yes, sir. Nothing. Please carry.
ఆ సిస్టమ్ ఎందుకో సిస్టమ్ అక్కడి నుంచి కట్ అయిందండి ఇందాక కూడా.
Yes, sir. Yes. ఇప్పుడే వచ్చింది మీది వీడియో ఇప్పుడే వస్తుంది.
మళ్ళా వచ్చింది, మళ్ళీ స్టార్ట్ చేసాం అంతే.
Yes, sir.
టెక్నికల్ ఎర్రర్స్ అనేది తప్పదు. రైట్ అండ్ సో వెన్ వీఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ ద మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఫంక్షన్స్ లైక్ ప్లానింగ్, ఆర్గనైజేషన్, డైరెక్టింగ్, కోఆర్డినేషన్, కంట్రోల్ యాక్టివిటీ, ఫర్ ఆల్ దిస్ to give effective direction for that, we need an additional system which will control the monitoring process, that is management control system. So let us share with the one PPT for that, and with that we will enter into the malla idokati host disabled participant screen sharing process. ఇక నేనేం చెప్పాలండి ఇట్లా చేస్తాను. ఓకే రైట్. సార్ రాధాకృష్ణ గారికి ఎవరికో ఫోన్ చేసి చెప్పాలండి, అది హోస్ట్ మాకు స్క్రీన్ షేర్ అలౌ చేయట్లేదు. ఏం చెప్పాను, పీపీటీ చేశాను, పీపీటీ చెప్పడానికైనా ప్రాసెస్ అలౌ చేయాలి కదా.
ఇట్స్ MIS failure, sir.
అక్కడ టెక్నికల్ టీమ్ సపోర్ట్ బాగుండాలి. ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ అంటే టెక్నికల్ టీమ్ పూర్తిగా దానికి డెడికేటెడ్ టెక్నికల్ స్కీమ్ ఉండాలి. ఇప్పుడు మనం చెప్పేది కూడా అదే. ఓకే, డెసిషన్ ఈజ్ ఓవర్, డెసిషన్ ఈజ్ టేకెన్ ఎట్ ద హైయర్ లెవెల్ టు కండక్ట్ ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ టు రీచ్ ఆల్ ద స్టూడెంట్స్. Decision is 100% right. In the implementation there is a problem. So while implementing that decision to conduct online classes effectively, we need another monitoring system. That monitoring system actually is called the controlling system. That is management control system. Decision is to be implemented properly. Okay, right. So the achievement of all the organizational facilities, the control system is necessary. The main important aspect in the case of well-established, disciplined management control system always helps for the effective decision-making process. So what is exactly the management control system process will take care? It is planning, controlling functions are executed properly. And in the case of planning process, so the strategic planning and controlling aspect is also identified. So these are the one important aspect what you have to understand. So planning, execution problem, and strategic planning and controlling of various types of control systems, that is done basically by the management control system. So to go now to come on to the page number 4, if you have textbooks with you, material books with you, you please go on to that. This is very, very important question as far as examination point of view is concerned. So parallelly, I am discussing on that point also. Explain the management control system. What are the features and the need for management control system? Page number 4, 1.2. Page number 4, side heading number 1.2. So management control system, it can be described as a series of steps or phases consisting of input phase, processing phase, and output phase. So in the just like a computer system, in the case of management control system also, we will have certain input phase. So what is the decision taken by the upper level? That is input factor. Then processing factor, how the decision is implemented. Then finally output phase is also taken out in the same way. So it measures, analyzes the reports and phases in a systematic manner. Finally, what is the management control system will do? It will prepare a report and it will submit to the management about the various aspects of it. According to various methods are also there for the purpose. It acts as a controlling for the financial activities. Basically, financial control is very, very important for that. Because as you know, finance is the lifeblood of every organization. Unless you have a proper control mechanism over the financial activities, organization will collapse. So in this reason, the various financial accounting aspects, that is managing of debtors, managing of creditors, and managing of stock, all these are very, very important in this particular aspect. One simple logic I can specially say, more dangerous asset is stock only. In the organization, the more dangerous asset. If you pile up more stock, then automatically your working capital is blocked. If you don't produce stock and keep in the godown, whenever there is a demand, you have to lose the demand also for that. So how much stock should be kept in? What should be the stock level? All these aspects you must, every manager, every source manager has to take out in a very important issue. This is very, very aspect you have to understand about that, right? And I accept yes, sorry. Right. Then coming to the another important, what are the features of management control? What are the features? First one is nature of decisions. What type of decisions will be taken at the stage of the management control system? So all are structured decisions only. Management control system basically takes into the account of quantity and quality of the resources available. How much will be the quality? What will be the quantity of the decisions? And that will be very, very important issue on that. Then second important element is to, right. Second important aspect is that when we are talking about the nature of the decision, every manager should be able to implement the activities to the best suited for a particular business unit. That's what we are discussing right now. Then second important function is that systematic and rhythmic decisions always will be there. Systematic and rhythmic decisions. ఒకసారి మెసేజ్ పెడదాం ఏమన్నా సార్ ఇది టెక్నికల్ సపోర్ట్ వాళ్ళ ఎవరిదైనా నంబర్ ఉందా అండి మీ దగ్గర?
రాధాకృష్ణ గారేనే సార్, రాధాకృష్ణ గారినే కాంటాక్ట్ చేయాలి, ఆయనే మొత్తం.
ఆయన్ని అస్తమాటు డిస్టర్బ్ చేయడం అంటే కూడా
ఆయన తప్ప ఇంకా వేరే వాళ్ళు ఎవరు లేరు సార్.
ఎవరు లేరండి, ఎవ్వరు లేరండి. చాలా
తీసుకోవాలి, ఆయనే కాస్త కూర్చో కొంచెం తీసుకుంటాడు.
అవునండి, కరెక్ట్ కరెక్ట్. ప్లీజ్ అలౌ ఏంటది స్క్రీన్ షేర్. స్క్రీన్ షేర్ క్లాస్ చెప్పేటప్పుడు అస్సలు ఇంటరప్షన్ ఉండద్దండి. మేము ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యి చెప్తూ ఉంటాము, ఫ్లో దెబ్బతింటే అది కష్టం అయిపోతుంది. ప్లీజ్ అలౌ స్క్రీన్ షేర్ టు మీ అని కొడదాం. పోస్ట్ ఇట్లా ఏమన్నా డిజేబుల్డ్ పార్టిసిపెంట్ సాయంత్రం మాట్లాడతాం. పార్టిసిపెంట్స్ స్క్రీన్ షేర్ రైట్. చూద్దాం, మనం రెస్పాండ్ అయితే చెప్పగలుగుతాం. ఓకేనండి, రైట్. మీరు టెక్స్ట్ మీరు బుక్ దగ్గర పెట్టుకుంటే బెటర్ గా ఉంటుందండి కొంచెం. సిస్టమేటిక్ అండ్ rhythmic decisions. So decisions in the management control are very systematic. They are absolutely in accordance with the strategies and procedures taken out by the organization. When we are talking about the strategic decisions, the procedures laid down by the top level management, every decision which is taken at the top level management, that is only to be implemented. Mana decisions అక్కడ వర్కౌట్ అవ్వవు. What all the decisions taken by top level management is to be implemented, that's all. So that decisions are very much tailor made. What is the meaning of tailor made? What is designed, what is suited for the organization, that is only to be taken. They are very much rhythmic in nature. Plans developed for a unit must encompass the whole organization. Plans for each organization unit must be accorded accordingly. So organizational plans will not be for a particular person. Organization plans will be designed for the purpose of the entire organization, and organization should definitely give importance to that. So ఒక డెసిషన్ ఒక ప్లాన్ చేసాం, ఒక ప్లాన్ చేస్తే ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ యూనిట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ విల్ గెట్ ఎఫెక్టెడ్. సో ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనకు టైమింగ్ చేంజ్ చేసాం, సో డెఫినెట్లీ ద టైమింగ్ విల్ బి అప్లికబుల్ ఫర్ ఆల్ ద స్టాఫ్, వెదర్ హీ ఈస్ ఏ class 4 employee or class 3 employee or supervisor or so, whether it is a factory employee or a Salesforce employee or so on and so forth. That is another important area to be taken into consideration. And strategy implementation tool. The third important point is that management control system basically is a strategic importance here. That is strategy implementation tool. So strategy is formulated by whom? Strategy means said. Actually, the word strategy is not at all. There is no clear definition in that. I actually for the word strategy I have digged so many these books, dictionaries and all. Strategy. What I am able to understand totally is that group of plans. One important element I am able to gather that strategy, how it differ from plan. Plan is for single element. Strategy is a group of plans executed. So strategy is a group of plans which are implemented on a continuous basis, on a constant basis. So for this, best example is in the case of Bahubali movie. Also, when they will implement a strategy. So sequential plans they will implement to get the winning over the other party. So first plan 1, plan 2, plan 3, plan 4, like that. And finally, what it will be implemented, that comes in this particular situation. So strategic implementation. Effective execution can take place in this particular area. All these are influenced with system management, control, and so on. These are the very, very important aspects that what a person has to understand. Then, what is the need for the management control system? That is also to be taken into consideration. What is the need? So, in for every, already we are discussing from a lot of time. So, whatever the decision, if it wants to give good results, definitely we need the management control system. If the management control system is not there, whatever the decision, strategy, how best it is, that cannot be implemented. So, completely coming to the purpose of management control is that it is also an assistance to the management for the coordination of activity, and it is a steering for the various parts of that. If I want to achieve higher sales, I will design a strategy. That strategy is to be implemented. How best you are able to implement the strategy, that is decided by the management control system. Right? I hope you are able to understand to the some at least to the extent possible. I hope you are able to understand. Anything else, sir, from your side? Are you able to get sum up on this? Right? So
Yeah,
refer
please
to
go ahead.
right. You refer to some of the aspects on. Next,
Yes.
paragraph number 1.3, functions of management control systems. This is also another important area where you have to go. This is actually a brief question. Management control system covers about what are the functions. So again, we talk about management only. So already we discussed about the management. So it is an activity that is comprises of already planning, organizing, all that. Management control system takes input from the management. మేనేజ్మెంట్ నుంచి వచ్చేటువంటి డెసిషన్స్ ని అది తీసుకుంటూ ఉంటుంది. సో ఇట్ టేక్స్ ఆల్ ఇన్పుట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద వేరియస్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ లెవెల్స్. Then sometimes it may take the feedback from the lower level also. The second one is important, that function, that is controlling aspect. In the case of controlling aspect, the phase that brake pedal and car slow stop, with these actions you can control the speed and direction. So an organization also must be controlled. There is actions must be in place to ensure that the strategic interaction are to be taken. So how to do that? Elements of control system is that a device that must be there for actual happening of the process. We must be able to show a device for that. So then assessor, a device that determines the significance of what happening in that by comparing what is the standard and what is the expectations for that. What is expected, what is standard, and what is actual, that is altogether described. Finally, it's a system. Management control system is also a system which will have input, process, output systems. So these are the another important areas where the functions are done. So that is one. So if a question appears on what are the functions of management, almost these two are very, very important. 1.2, what is the functions of management? What are the features and need of the management control system? Then what are the functions of management control system? These two you mainly concentrate on that. Then what are the boundaries of the organization of management control system? So you go to the okay 1.4. In the 1.4, what are the various boundaries of the management control system, that is discussed. So in this case, what are the limits, to what extent that is considered to be boundary? management control activities are limited to the scope within the management aspect only. So planning what the organization should do, coordination of activities, communication of information, strategy formulation, finally the task control. These are the important areas where the management control activities will go. So that means the scope of management control activity is also limited to specific activities that are designed and that our management has to perform. Then second is confirmation. The budgets and plans are based on circumstances believed to exist for the formulate. Whatever the budget plan, whatever the execution, if circumstances are there, all these are said to be a confirmation on that. So management control system cannot go beyond the budget. Budget is decided. So within that budget activity, budget constraints, the management control has to perform. And finally, the third important aspect is goal congruence. Organizational goals explain how organization intends to go about this one. For example, all these aspects, establishing of goals, introduction of new models, etc. Goal congruence means goals of the organization individual members should be consistent with the organizational goals itself. So, what are the goals of individual employees? They will have their own goals. Every individual will have their own goals. So, salary aspect, promotion aspect, higher positions, training and development, all these aspects are individual goals. When in the case of organization also, organization will have definite goals. So, higher their profits, higher market share, and make a leadership in the market. These are the various aspects that an organization has to cover. In this particular process, individual goals and organizational goals are to be congruent, and they must follow one important element, that is another important boundary as well. Whatever the goals that are designed by the management control system, they must be within the ambit of the management system only. Then finally, implementation strategy. So by implementation strategy, then financial and non-financial emphasis is also should be given. So what is the bottom-up approach? There should be, and finally, of new strategies. These are also another important area where management control is limited. A relation between planning and control function. Every planning function will have a control activity. Control should be there for the planning activity. Sometimes if the plan cannot be executed, plan should be revised. That is only. So if we fix a blue sky goal that cannot be implemented, then definitely the plan should be revised. These are the various boundaries to what extent the management control system to go up. Then organization of the management control system is another important activity or aspect in the MCS. So it is 1.5. It is site heading number 1.5, page number 8. You have to go with that, and then planning types of management control systems, subsystems, components, key control variables. Right. Okay. So what are the organization of management control? What are the components of organization? What are the components of management control system? What are the various sub-elements of management control system? Explain the sub-elements of management control system, or explain the organizational framework of management control system. What may be the question? Answer will be the same. మరొకసారి చెప్తున్నానండి 1.5 organization of management control systems. This is also a question where it will come. సో ఇక్కడ ఇది క్వశ్చన్ డిఫరెంట్ గా అడగచ్చు. వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఆర్గనైజేషనల్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ అని అడగచ్చు, లేకపోతే సబ్ కాంపోనెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఆర్గనైజేషనల్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ అని అడగచ్చు. ఎట్లా రాసినప్పటికీ కూడా మీరు సైడ్ హెడ్డింగ్స్ బాగా చదవండి. సైడ్ హెడ్డింగ్స్ బాగా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వండి, దాంట్లో మీకు కొంచెం యూజ్ అవుతుంది. ఫస్ట్ వన్, ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఆఫ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కంట్రోల్ సిస్టమ్. డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కంట్రోల్ సిస్టమ్స్ ఆర్ ఆల్సో దేర్. ఆర్గనైజేషనల్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్, అంటే మనకి మేజర్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ స్ట్రక్చర్ ఏ రకంగా ఉంది. సో వాట్ ఆర్ ద లెవెల్స్ దట్ వీఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు పెర్ఫార్మ్. సో హౌ మెనీ లెవెల్స్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ సిస్టమ్ ఆర్ దేర్, దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. Then what will be your human resources management system? So how you are managing the people, how you are giving training to the people, development of the employees, what is your human resources policy, what are the benefits, compensation, all these aspects are definitely going to influence or subcomponent part of the management control system. Then what is your organizational culture? How best your organization is able to manifest the culture. This is another important area. Organizational climate. What is the climatic conditions of the organization? So how much is innovation? How much is flexibility, appreciation, recognition? All these aspects, that is the learning and development, citizenship, quality of performance, all these aspects will take care. Then these are the other important areas. In interactive controls from one department to the another control, other department, interactive controls are also to be established. And finally, last one, task control aspect. What all the tasks that are there, they must be controlled and they must be designed. Then these are the important component parts of the organization. Then let us proceed for the types of management control systems, page number 12, 1.8. Page number 12, 1.8 side heading. 1.8 side heading, types of management control systems. So out of that, first one is formal control system. In the case of formal control system, what is written, what is management and all. So what is formal system, that only we will follow. So management initiated mechanisms are always that influence the behavior of the employees in achieving the organizational goals. So in that, actually three subcomponent parts are there. So actually two types are there. What are the two types of management control system? One is formal control system, another is informal control system. So in the formal control system, what is designed, what is structured, what is adopted by the organization, that is only will be taken into consideration. First one, that input controls always will be there. So what is input controls on that? The measures help the company to select the right way to understand the activity. So what is the path that is given by the management that is to be considered here? Second one, process control. How the management control system is processing the directions given by the management, here that aspect is to be done. Then third one is that output control mechanism. The output exercised when performance standards are set and motivated, these aspects are to be understood. In the case of informal control system, first one is self-control process. So individual establishment of the personal objectives of the individual, monitoring their attainment and adjusting the behavior of the organization, all these aspects must be taken. These are actually in the unwritten form. In the case of formal management control system process, they are written, they are policy made, and everything is controlled by the organization structures and so on. But in the case of informal control system, they are not written, they are in the unwritten form. Typically, worker initiated mechanisms. Akada, workers, they themselves will control some sort of mechanism. They develop some sort of control mechanisms here. So, what the behavior of the people? How the people work in their work area, what is the commitment to them, all these aspects must be given in them. In that particular first way is self-control. Individuals definitely go by the organizational activities and what self-control can be beneficial to the organization, what is the goals, congruence, and all these aspects must be given them. Then social control. Second one is said to be social control. In the case of social control, it refers to the prevailing social perspectives and so on and so forth. Then what is the social obligation that every employee need to take on? Then cultural control. According to some worker, the broader the value, the normative, the pattern that guide the worker's behavior with entire organization. This is very clear. The broader the value. So the organizational value must be given on a broader basis. And normative patterns must be established. Normative standard. That is what should be that a worker has to follow. These aspects must be given in this. So these are two types of management control systems. This is another important area where you can concentrate, or it may come as a short question also. Explain about informal control system or explain about formal control system. This is also an important aspect. So we considered in this particular case. Informal, formal, subsystem కన్నా కూడా అదే వస్తుంది. Next. So another last important aspect in this particular unit, that is said to be, that is There are some sort of key control variables in the organization system. This is paragraph number 1.10. That is key control variables here. So what are the key control variables and how it can be? These aspects are to be understood. So there are, in the case of neoclassical models, in the case of a neoclassical one, మన స్క్రీన్ షేర్ ఎందుకు చేయలేదు అంటే ఉంటుందా 27th number 2 save. Right. So what are the key controllable variables in the key controllable variables in that? Key controllable. The word control, key control, key controllable variable, which can be controlled. Variable means what is going to affect the management control system. Variables and now variables and by moving itself, they are changing out. Then what are the influencing factors on that? What are controllable? They are controllable. What are the important controllable factors which influence the management control system? That is a very, very important aspect you have to understand. So research and development is the first important factor, which is very, very important. Innovations. Research and development is the first important factor. That is, what is the cost of innovations? What is compared to the reasonable standards or not? These aspects are to be taken. Second is purchase department. That is another important area. That is cultivating and sustaining good vendor development. So, from whom we are purchasing the goods? Vendor rating, vendor processing. So, who is a vendor? Who is a seller? Seller is one person, whereas vendor is constantly supplying goods to us on a continuous basis. So, when you are selling, you are taking a vendor, he will be a constant supplier to the organization, keeping the production line continuously fed and avoid stockouts, keeping the cost of purchase as low as reasonable, and developing alternative sources of supply to be the need of the residents. So, always management control system, purchase department is a very important. Maintenance department, minimizing the downtime of the machines, developing preventive maintenance schedules. These are done in the case of the maintenance department. Training department, almost we are known. That is, training needs are there for every employee. Always with upgrading technology, when changing technology, changing methodologies, changing processes. So every person needs a training on a continuous basis. So the older systems may not be able to work now. So then everything is mechanized and is totally automated. So finally, developing of cost-effective tools is and training the employees to that extent is very, very important. And the 5 factors that affect the key success variables. ఈ సక్సెస్ వేరియబుల్స్ ఎలా ఎఫెక్ట్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి? ఇండస్ట్రియల్ క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్, competitive strategy, environmental forces, significant problems, and functions and all. These are the another important area which you have to understand very clearly. These are the few important aspects which are there in the unit number 1. So, good afternoon once again to all of you. We have started about this class. We started this class with a brief introduction about the update about what is the summarizing now. So this we started this class with the getting input from the students to what extent the syllabus part is covered and how many classes are completed to them in the offline process. Then we understood that no specific classes are there conducted for this particular course, and then with that reason we are starting with the block 1. Then when after taking this one, we have in the unit 1 introduction to management information system, management control system is taken up, and in this we studied broadly about what is management. First of all, what is the roles of the management? What are the functions of the management? That is planning, directing, organization, coordination, control. Then we shifted our discussion to how best it will be executable, how best the execution of decisions is made. That is important. Then we understood that decision may be, that is planning aspect is done, but how better you are executing. While executing the system, there will be so much problem. For coordination of that, we need another system that is called management control system. So in the case of management control system, we have given that introduction aspect and all. Then we have understood the meaning and features of management control, functions of management control system, and the boundaries of the management control system, types of management control system, what are the key variables that are going to affect the management control system. These are, with that, we completed unit 1, and in the next classes, unit 2 and 3, 2 units let us cover. Actually, 8 classes are scheduled for us. We have completed 2 classes. Unfortunately, today's class is not so okay. So in the next class, we will complete the unit 2 and block 3. If not any problem, or otherwise Sunday classes we will definitely make out on that. Saturday also we will make a class for that. Okay, Nandi? Any doubts?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Any-
Right. Thank you.
నెక్స్ట్ క్లాసు నేను చాలా క్లియర్ గా చెప్తున్నానండి. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ కూడా ఆల్మోస్ట్ 45 minutes 50 minutes వరకు నేను తీసుకోగలుగుతాను. November 2nd ఉన్నది. ఓకే, ఆ క్లాస్ లో కూడా మీకు మేజర్ ఇన్పుట్స్ ఇస్తాను. సో ఒకవేళ ఏదైనా టైం గ్యాప్ అంటే వర్కింగ్ డేస్ ఉంటే మాకు కొంచెం అదర్ యాక్టివిటీస్ ఉంటాయి కదా, సో దట్ ఏమన్నా కొద్దిగా ల్యాప్సిటీ ఉన్నట్లయితే ప్లీజ్ కోఆపరేట్. అండ్ సండే డెఫినెట్ గా మనం మొత్తం కవర్ చేసుకుంటూ చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. సో యూనిట్ 2 and unit 3, 4 will be covered in the next
Okay, sir.
Saturday, Sunday classes. By Sunday class, block 2 will be over. Then another 3 weeks will be there. That is 2 sessions. Third, block 1 in a set of 2 classes. Fourth in another set of 2 classes. Fifth in another set of 2 classes. So that the 7 classes will be over. And in the last class, we will go by what is your doubts and clarification. So I request the technical team also in between to allow us to share the screen and all. That screen sharing process also should be very, very important. Otherwise, what PPT totally becomes a waste of effort and exercise also. That point I will definitely put out to the mechanism. And thank you very much for this one. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
But I request all the students to go through once with the topic. ఏమంటే ఒక్కసారి నేను చాలా సిన్సియర్ గా మిమ్మల్ని అడ్వైజ్ చేస్తుంది ఏంటంటే, ఏమంటే మీరు 4th సెమిస్టర్ లో ఉన్నారు. ఒక్క
Yes, sir.
సెమిస్టర్ కష్టపడండి, డిగ్రీ చేతిలోకి వస్తుంది. ఒక్కసారి మీకు MBA డిగ్రీ చేతిలోకి వచ్చిందంటే ఇంకా మీరు వర్రీ పడాల్సిన అవసరం ఉండదు. ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ గురించి కానీ దేని గురించి కానీ వర్రీ పడద్దు. మీకు ఏది కావాల్సిన అడగండి, డౌట్స్ నా పర్వ్యూలో ఉన్నందుకు నేను చెప్తాను. ఒక్కసారి మీకు MBA డిగ్రీ వస్తే ఇట్ విల్ బి యూస్ఫుల్ ఫర్ యూ ఫర్ లైఫ్ లాంగ్ డిగ్రీ, లైఫ్ లాంగ్. దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ, వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. నెగ్లెక్ట్ చేయొద్దు. ఒక్కళ్ళు కూడా అందరు సఫిషియెంట్ గా పాస్ అవ్వాలి, మంచి స్కోర్స్ రావాలి. 60% అండ్ అబౌవ్ ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ MBA డిగ్రీ వస్తే యు ఆర్ ఎలిజిబుల్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ కోర్స్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ ఆపర్చునిటీ. ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ లోనే రావాలి డిగ్రీ, అది గుర్తుపెట్టుకుని చదువుకోండి. ఆల్ ద బెస్ట్.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.